Welcome to a new vlog. This is it, officially the start of Lent term 2020. Just had something for breakfast and I'm now heading down to the civic site where I'll have two lectures today, one for contract law and then one a bit later on for international law. But I'll probably be spending most of the day there because I'm needed elsewhere on the evening. So I'm just going to stay at the civic site and get on with some land law supervision and preparation as well as some YouTube editing. So yeah, let's get going. The lecture for contract law started looking at the effect of duress in contract law, and then for international law we started looking at the use of force and the rules of international law that govern that. That was quite interesting. Now I'm going to be heading over to the union. I've got the first two events of term, so I'm going to head over to those. Don't have to do anything as head of events management because I no longer have that position, but I'm going to head over there because of course I need to then collect the videos once they're recorded, so then I can go away and edit them. But I'm definitely looking forward to these two events. The two events at the union were really good. So first of all we had Hiroshi Mizuno, who is a Chief Investment Officer at the world's largest pension fund, and it was quite interesting to listen to him. Then afterwards we had a really good debate. So the motion was this House believes that Western military intervention has done more harm than good. Had some really good speakers such as a former cabinet minister, so it was definitely interesting to listen to those speeches. And yeah, it was just an overall really good event. Both the events were really good. At some point I will be editing those and getting those uploaded onto the union YouTube page, so I'll be doing that at some point. Yeah, that's been good. Probably head off to bed soon. I've got lectures tomorrow and I've got things I need to be getting on with, so I'll catch you in the morning. Heading over to the civic side to first of all do some preparation for supervisions that I've got in the upcoming weeks, and then attending the two lectures I normally have for Friday, and that'll be for land law and then for administrative law. The land law lecture started looking at mortgages, and then for administrative law we started looking at abuse of discretion and the principle of propriety of purpose, which was quite interesting. I've got to do a couple of things in town, probably get lunch in town as well, and then probably heading back to college and just getting on with some more supervision preparation. First of all, I spent quite a while actually in town, just doing a couple of bits and pieces and having something for lunch. And then once I did get back to college, I just got on with some supervision preparation, both for international law and for administrative law, and a bit of contract I managed to get in as well. So I managed to get quite a bit done, surprisingly. I was quite productive, which I'm pleased with. Weekend tomorrow, so no lectures or supervisions, but certainly plenty of work to be getting on with. Like I said, even though it is the weekend, I've still got plenty of work to be getting on with, including preparing for supervisions that I've got next week. But before I do any of that, there is something that I need to do. So yes, here is an early morning edition of the laundry segment. I've just topped up my laundry card because I need to do that. So what I'm going to do is put on the laundry, and while that's happening I will just get myself organised, jot down in my growth book what I need to do today, the tasks that I need to get complete, etc. And then probably head over to the library, and then once I know the cycle is done, come back and collect those clothes, and then just be getting on with work. Probably initially doing the questions I need to do for the family law supervision on Monday. I have been able to answer most of the questions for the family law supervision on Monday, but there's still some to answer, but I'll have a look at those at some point this weekend in preparation for that supervision. This afternoon, having just had something for lunch, going to head back to the library and just get on with some work for administrative law and then at some point I need to head to the shops. This afternoon and this evening I've managed to get quite a bit done, so did some notating for administrative law, then went to the shops to get a few things in, and having done that and had something for dinner, went back to the library to do some editing as part of my new position as video editor at the Cambridge Union, and then afterwards put some Quizlet flashcards together for contract law. I'm now back in my room, probably will head off to bed soon, but probably just work out what I'm going to do for tomorrow before I do that. On this rather frosty day there'll be brunch later on, but before that I'm heading to the library to do some work for administrative law and perhaps doing some editing for the Cambridge Union. First of all, brunch was delicious as always in terms of where I'm up to. First of all, did a little bit of editing for the Cambridge Union. Still a bit more to do for that, so I might do some more of that when I head back to the library. I've also managed to get some work done both for administrative law and for contract law. So what I'm going to do is have something for dinner, and then afterwards head back to the library and do a bit of that editing, but also making sure that I've answered and prepared as much as I can for the family law supervision that I've got tomorrow. So I'm pretty much ready now for the family law supervision that I've got tomorrow morning, first supervision of term. Quite a busy day tomorrow actually, with both that supervision on in the morning, and then on the afternoon I've got 2 lectures on. So I'll be heading off to bed soon, probably going to just be reading this book. This is the second book this month that I've been reading, and it's called Flesh and Bones. So I'm going to read that and then head off to bed. The first item on the agenda for today is a meeting at the Cambridge Union, which I'm heading down for now. And then last term, you might recall there was a land law lecture at 9 o'clock. That only applies to Michaelmas term, so there is no land law lecture for Lent term this time. So the next thing after that will be my family law supervision, which will be at 10:15. Just had my first supervision for the term for family law. We were looking at parenthood and parental responsibility, which was quite interesting. And so what I'm going to do now is head over to the faculty and just get on with some supervision preparation for land law, which I've got on Thursday, and maybe a bit for international law, which I've got for next Monday. For administrative law, we continue looking at abuse of discretion, looking at the relevancy doctrine, which was quite interesting. And then for family law, started looking at parenthood and parental responsibility. There's something I need to do in town before I head back to college, so I'm going to go and do that. I need to have dinner as well at some point. And then when I'm back at college, I will be just getting on with supervision preparation, but also some editing that I need to do as well. It's certainly been quite a busy day with lectures and supervisions and the meeting at the union this morning. So yeah, it's certainly been quite a busy day. This evening I've just been doing some work for contract law as well as some editing for the Cambridge Union. Before I head off to bed, I'm probably going to make myself a cup of tea, read a bit of my book, and also finish off this film that I'm currently watching. Now there's something quite interesting happening this afternoon, more about that later. I'm heading over to the union for a meeting of the full committee, and then afterwards I would have had a lecture for contract law, but again, like with land law yesterday, that lecture is no longer on for Lent term. So I'll be still heading to the faculty, probably just be getting on with some editing that I need to do for the Cambridge Union, as well as some work for supervisions that are coming up. So I've just had a meeting of the full committee of the Cambridge Union, and now I'm heading to the faculty. I think there's one contract law lecture next Tuesday, but apart from that there's no longer any contract lectures on a Tuesday, which means I've got no lectures on a Tuesday now. But there is an exciting event happening this afternoon, more about that later. I had quite a productive time at the Squire Law Library at the faculty, doing some note taking, revision and video editing. heading back to college now. I won't be there too long, probably just be there organising myself and leaving my bags there as well, because I'll be heading down to the Cambridge Union. What is this event? You'll just have to wait a little bit longer to find out what this event is, but it's certainly going to be a very exciting one. I'm about to head down to the Cambridge Union for the second time today. This time for the event that is on is Ban Ki-moon, the former Secretary General of the United Nations. So someone of great significance. Definitely looking forward to this event. I might be helping out, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, so I'm going to head down now for that. It was certainly a privilege to have Ban Ki-moon come to the Union and speak to us. Very good speech, very powerful speech, talking about his view of the state of the world at the moment and what he's hoping that will be achieved going forward. It was just a fantastic speech, and it was just an overall really good event. I was helping out a little bit with a bit of stewarding, which was quite good, but yeah, just a great, overall really good event. Then afterwards, me and just a couple of us just went to McDonald's for a bit, which was quite fun. A busy day tomorrow with a few lectures on, other things I need to be getting on with. So yeah, catch you in the morning. Today's certainly going to be quite a busy day. I've got 4 lectures on today, as would normally be the case. First one for international law starting at 9 o'clock, so I'll be heading off soon for that. But I've also got videos I need to do for the Cambridge Union, as well as work to be getting on with, supervisions to prepare for, etc. But I'm sure I'll be able to get that done. But we're going to, yes, like I mentioned, head over to the faculty for that first lecture for international law. For international law, we continued on looking at the use of force. For contract, continuing with duress. For land, continuing with mortgages. And also for family law, continuing on with parenthood, which is quite interesting. Just been doing a little bit of work in the faculty as well. Heading over now to the Cambridge Union. There's hustings going on for a by-election there, so I'm just going to go to that, and then afterwards I'll see what happens after that. You may notice the time that is on the screen and notice that it is rather early in the morning. The reason for that is, first of all, after the hustings, me and my friend went to Spoons to have something to eat. Then afterwards I went to Spirited Discussions. For those who are new to my channel, Spirited Discussions is basically just an opportunity to debate motions, but in a very informal way, and just a good way of catching up with everyone. And that was good. And then afterwards, some of us went to Queen's Bar, because we were at Queen's College, and then some of us went to our friend's room for a couple of hours, so that's why it's the time that it is. But yeah, overall this first week, week 1 is over, and it's been a very good week, very productive week, but also some fun things happening as well. I will of course end this vlog here. If you've enjoyed it, I hope you have, then don't forget to do the usual things like liking the video, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Links are in the description below for that. If you've got any questions, put them in the comment section below. If you haven't already, and why wouldn't you, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking the bottom right hand corner, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video or vlog.